Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to this ACSM Supervision Capsule entitled Partnering in Coaching. So if you're present here, maybe you could just type in something, your name or your location, so that I can welcome you. Thank you. Welcome to those who are here, present. So I'm going to share a topic on partnering in coaching. And if you have any questions or comments or insights, do just type it in so that I can read it out or at least answer those questions at the end of my session today. So welcome. Welcome, Virginie. Welcome, Maria. So today's topic is partnering in coaching. So just to share with you why I chose this topic, I believe strongly that as a coach, we need to be able to connect with our clients at a very deep level. And what's the purpose of connecting with our client at a deep level? There are a few purposes, and one of it is so that we can honor and respect the client. So the client feels that we are non-judgmental and that we are respecting his or her needs and who she or he is. So once we do that, then the client will feel very in a very relaxed state of mind and feel this term called psychologically safe. That means they don't feel threatened, and they start to relax in your presence, and they start to open up to you, their trusted coach. So trust is built in this process of partnering. So what I would like to share with you is how good partnering can help to enable to increase the quality of a coaching relationship and even a coaching session. So I will break a coaching session into 4 parts. One is just as you start the coaching session. One is middle of the coaching session. One is throughout the coaching session. And one is at the end of the coaching session. So in the beginning of the coaching session, how do I, as a coach, partner with my client? So the easiest way to partner with your client is, number 1, to be on the same page as your client. So I call it the P, or the page. So how do I get onto the same page as my client? So one way is to understand where the client is coming from. For example, if a client comes to you and says, oh, what's your goal for today? What's your outcome for today? And the client says, I want to improve my relationship with my superior, with my boss. So there are a few words that we as the coach can pull and question the client a little bit deeper so that we can become on the same page as the client. So that's the first P of partnering. So what are some questions that we can ask the client? For example, when you say better relationship, what does better look like? And relationship, what is this relationship? What is it that you want? What is it you don't want? What is it you're happy with? What is it you're not happy with? What is it you would like more of? What is it you would like to stop or reduce? So when we explore with the client around these two words, better relationship with the boss, then we are partnering with the client because we are exploring with the client. The client feels like, oh, you want to understand my problem more. You want to understand my challenge more. So the client will feel like you are trying your best to understand the client's pain or the client's struggle or the client's challenge. So that's one way of partnering. So a second way that I would suggest, or this is what something that I do, is the second part of partnering with a client is the C, where I check in. So I contract with the client. Let's say, let's do today's coaching session will be for 30 minutes. So I keep a track on the clock. So by about 15 minutes, I want to partner with the client. How do I do that? I check in with the client. So I say words like, we are at about midway in our coaching session. What is it of value that you're getting so far? Is there something of value to you? And if the client says, yes, I'm getting some value from today's session, then you can continue your conversation or your coaching session. However, if the client says, so far, I've only been telling you what I already know, then how much of value are you getting? Not very much value. So if you're a good coach to a client and you want to increase the quality of your partnering with the client in coaching, so what you can ask is, so what is it we need to focus on right now so that it will be of value to you? So again, you put the client as the most important person during this point in the coaching session. So you're giving back the onus to the client. So the client will start to feel, yes, I am the driver of this conversation, of this coaching session. And I'm the most important person here, where you are asking me, where are we so far? Is it of value to you? And what is it we need to focus on so that you as the client get the most value? So by doing this, checking in, then you are again honoring the client. And this is a good quality or a good practice to emulate, so that you improve the quality of the relationship between you, the coach, and the client. So you are actually partnering the client again. So this is the C. So first was the P, be on the same page. Second is the C, which is the check-in. So the third piece of my sharing today is another C, challenging. So if the client comes and says, I want to improve my relationship with my boss, then you as the coach can challenge him and stretch him. So for example, he says, oh, you can ask him, so what have you done to improve this relationship? Oh, you don't understand my boss. It's something very difficult for me. I've tried some of the things, but it's very difficult. So you as the coach should not hold his hand too much in this journey, in the coaching session. Rather, encourage yourself, bring up the courage to say, so what have you not done? What is missing in your interaction with the boss? What is it that you see that you could do, but you're holding yourself back? So push the client a little bit into this discomfort, uncomfortable, difficult. Yes, push them into that zone. And then they say, oh, but it's very difficult. Then say, what is it you can learn when you are in this difficult zone? Which part of you can you grow when you are in this difficult zone? So what you're doing as a coach is you're partnering with the client through challenging the client. So rather than just accepting, oh yes, I understand it will be difficult, but taking that partnership one level stronger, one level higher, so that you can push the client into discomfort, into uncomfortable, and enable the client to feel it's okay. It's okay to be in that zone. Try to get comfort in that discomfort area. So helping or encouraging the client to feel discomfort and embrace it. So that is the next C that I would suggest or encourage. So that's the challenge. So P for the same page, C for checking in, and another C for challenging. So the fourth and final part of this today's session would be on the A. So PCCA. So what is A? A is when you partner with the client and push them to action. But before they can take the action, you as the coach can ask them, what have you learned about yourself? What is it that you've become aware of? What are you realizing about your style, about yourself in not wanting to take action, finding it difficult for you? What is it that you can step out of your comfort zone, step out and stretch yourself? What will be a short stretch? What will be a long stretch? So you are encouraging them to take action and helping them in that piece where you still, the word is partnering with them. So you're not just pushing them into that discomfort zone and say, okay, that's your problem, bye, I'll see you in the next coaching session. No. You're still partnering with them. Why do I say that? Because you're asking them, since you already are aware that you are the person who don't have courage to ask your boss, to have a difficult conversation with your boss, what is it that you can learn about yourself if you do that? So creating awareness and pushing them to take action, some action which is out of their comfort zone. So you can encourage them, you can partner with them by saying things like, so what is one action step that you can take which will be a baby step? What is one action that will be a bigger stretch for you, that you will feel uncomfortable, but you will learn more about yourself and you? So you're challenging them and you're encouraging them. And then give them that support. In this action piece is asking them what is the action that they will take? When will they take it? So try to narrow down a timeline that they will promise to take. So when is it that they will do? And encourage them, give them support by saying, what support would you need to make this action, to take this action? So building like a psychological safety net for them. So even though they are stretching themselves to an unknown discomfort, a difficult action, it's okay because I'm partnering with you and I'm here to help you think about what support you can get. So these are some of the areas. So this is the A. So finally, when you end the coaching session, then you can ask the client, and you can help the client to recap, like what is the most valuable piece that they have taken. And this coaching session is not just like you come to me as a coach and you have a problem and my role is to put a band-aid over your scratch or your scar. No, my role as a coach is to push and find out why are you bleeding, why did you cut yourself, and to see if there is anything that we forgot to look at that before we put the bandage or the band-aid. So actually press the wound a little bit. It'll be uncomfortable, but that's my role. I'm partnering with you. I'm partnering with you to take you to the next level. So the quality of the relationship is encouraging, supporting, understanding, and at the same time challenging you. So if these ingredients are there in a coaching relationship, then the coaching relationship is a partnership between the coach and the client, and it improves the quality of the coaching as well as the relationship. So this is my acronym. So PCCA. So the A can be awareness and action. So are there any questions around this? Then maybe I can help to answer them. Looking forward. So I can see there are some questions. What is your best tip for coaches to stay strong on the trust we need to have to hold that partnership? Okay. So for coaches, before we can build a partnership with our client, we need to do some form of self-care, some form of centering, so that before you start the coaching session, you yourself are centered. You yourself know what's my purpose in being here. So if you can identify what's your purpose, is it to rescue the client? Then the coaching session will be like putting a band-aid. Oh, the client is suffering. So let me put a band-aid. Oh my, poor thing. The client is undergoing this. So put a band-aid. That's not the role. So the tip that I would encourage for coaches to stay strong so that you can build a trusting relationship with your client is how you show up. So show up as a very centered coach. Show up understanding your purpose. And your purpose is not to put the band-aid. Your purpose is to partner with the client. Help him to get clarity, help him to get awareness, and then follow the process. Contract with clarity so the client knows that today, my outcome today is what, and it's not this. So as the client is exploring the outcome, you can say, so you are looking to attain A, B, and C. You want your relationship with your boss to be A, B, and C. So it's not D, it's not E. So that gives the client clarity. So the more clarity you can bring, you are partnering at a higher quality, and that quality is of a higher level of trust. Any other questions? Thank you for coming for this ACSM supervision capsule. Thank you and see you again. Bye.